Viscious Circle. Chapter 1. The Inheritance. Alexei stood at the edge of the crumbling driveway, staring up at the decaying manor that loomed before him. Its Gothic architecture, once a testament to grandeur, now bore the scars of time and neglect. Vines twisted around the stone pillars like skeletal fingers, and broken windows stared back at him like vacant eyes. The manor had been left to him by a distant relative he barely remembered. The letter had arrived out of the blue, offering an escape from his drab apartment and uninspired career. As an artist struggling to find his muse, he hoped the manor would breathe new life into his work. With a deep breath, Alexei pushed open the heavy front door, the creak echoing through the vast, empty halls. Dust motes danced in the slivers of light that pierced the gloom, and the air was thick with the scent of decay. Despite the eerie atmosphere, he felt a thrill of anticipation. This place held secrets, and he was determined to uncover them. Chapter 2. The Discovery. Days turned into weeks as Alexei explored the manor. He uncovered forgotten rooms filled with antique furniture, old books, and peculiar artifacts. It was in one of these rooms, hidden behind a false wall in the attic, that he found it. A towering wooden ladder reaching up into the shadows above. At the base of the ladder were discarded canvases, all featuring strange, otherworldly scenes. One canvas, Viscious Circle, caught his eye. It depicted a boy atop a ladder, surrounded by swirling, ghostly figures. Alexei felt an inexplicable connection to the painting, as if it were calling to him. Driven by curiosity, he climbed the ladder. Each step creaked under his weight, and the higher he went, the more the world around him seemed to fade away. Chapter 3. The Ascent. As Alexei reached the top of the ladder, he found himself in a surreal landscape. The manor below was gone, replaced by an endless expanse of darkness lit by a ghostly, pale light. Around him swirled a maelstrom of spectral figures, their faces contorted in expressions of joy, sorrow, and torment. He realized these were not mere figments of imagination, but trapped souls, each with a story to tell. A sense of both wonder and dread filled him as he watched the figures dance and writhe in their eternal cycle. Chapter 4. The Revelation. The souls began to speak, their voices whispering in a cacophony of languages and emotions. They revealed their stories to Alexei, tales of love and loss, triumph and tragedy. Each story was a fragment of a greater puzzle, and Alexei understood that they were all bound to the ladder and the manor by a powerful curse. The joyous figures tempted him with visions of bliss and contentment, while the suffering souls warned of the dangers of succumbing to illusion. Alexei realized he was at a crossroads, his fate intertwined with theirs. Chapter 5. The Temptation. The allure of the joyous figures was almost irresistible. They promised him eternal happiness, a world where he could create without constraint and experience boundless inspiration. Yet, the darker figures reminded him of the price of such illusions, a loss of self and a descent into madness. Alexei grappled with his desires and fears, torn between the seductive beauty of the fantasy and the harsh truth of reality. Chapter 6. The Choice. Determined to break the curse, Alexei delved deeper into the manor's history. He found ancient journals and letters that spoke of the original owner, a mad artist who had created the ladder as a gateway to another realm. The artist's obsession had drawn countless souls into his creations, trapping them in an endless cycle. Realizing he had the power to end the curse, Alexei resolved to free the trapped souls. He began a new painting, pouring his heart and soul into it, hoping to channel the energy needed to break the cycle. Chapter 7. The Descent. As he painted, the boundary between the real world and the spectral realm continued to blur. Alexei felt the weight of the trapped souls, their pain and despair becoming his own. The ladder's influence grew stronger, and he struggled to maintain his sanity. In a climatic confrontation, Alexei faced the malevolent force that controlled the ladder and the souls. The entity, a manifestation of the original artist's madness, sought to consume him and add his soul to the maelstrom. Chapter 8. The Aftermath. With a final, desperate effort, Alexei completed the painting. The spectral figures converged on the canvas, drawn by the power of his creation. The ladder shattered, and the trapped souls were released, their anguished cries fading into silence. Alexei collapsed, exhausted and drained. As he lay on the floor of the attic, the manor began to transform. The decay and darkness receded, replaced by light and warmth. The curse was broken, and the souls were finally at peace. In the end, Alexei's fate remained ambiguous. Some say he emerged victorious, forever changed by his ordeal, while others believe he became another lost soul in the vicious circle, his spirit forever intertwined with the haunting beauty of his masterpiece.